Oh, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I'm Bobby Melendez, joined always by my tag team partner, Josh Kimmel. Josh, what's up, my man?
Man, I'm just hanging out, vibing. The hair's down. Got a jacket on. It's nice outside. The windows are open. I don't know where you guys are, but here in Tampa, Florida, it's a nice brisk, I don't know, 50 degrees, I would say. It's beautiful, Bobby. I'm watching some playoff football, and I'm excited to talk football, especially how you enjoyed Legends Night, brother. I can't wait to get to that.
Yeah, no, it is. I did my Dolphin show earlier. Still wearing my sweater. I'm in Tennessee, Franklin, and we had a winter storm, we had a snowstorm yesterday, and we got like 8 inches of snow, which is not a lot compared to people like Evan in Canada. But still, we all stayed home from work and everything, worked from home, and we were able to. My son and I and my daughter went out and enjoyed the falling snow. And then today we went back out with my youngest and my two others, and we built a snowman, and so we had a nice time out there. So it's nice and chilly here. It's about 30, probably feels like 20 something. So I'm enjoying it. My in-laws and my wife not so much because they're from the island of Puerto Rico. So, um, but either way, man, it's beautiful. And yeah, I'm very excited, man. It's been an eventful week. You and I have not talked too much since Raw's debut on Netflix. We have exchanged text messages, but there's a lot going on. I mean, the rumors are flying with WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania is here. John Cena returned and he proclaimed his intention to enter the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns last night says he's going to enter the Royal Rumble. Some controversy from Raw, with the old guy showing up and one, getting a little bit of a nudge, the other one kind of getting the smudge. And so it's gonna be a very fun, eventful episode. Oh, come on, DSG. I can't escape Aaron Rodgers on a wrestling show. Good one. Good one. DSG label in the house, as always. Great to see you, my man.
Can I
Yeah.
be inside the joke? I want to be inside the joke.
Yeah, what it is because obviously he watches DSG watches all of our shows, brother. And so he's been on a lot of the post game, pre games. He's on the Dolphin show, check down. Anyway, he is all about replacing Tua with Aaron Rodgers. That's
Hell yeah.
that is his thing.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Swap them, bro. I'm down for that. I'm a Tua guy. Like, that's not like a Dolphins. I'm a Dolphins fan, supporter. I'm a Tua guy. I think he's good. I think he's above average. But if we can get A-Rod the GOAT, that's all I'm saying. He's the greatest of all time. My favorite quarterback.
Why am I surprised that she got these two? Why am I not surprised that you picked the opposite of what I've been saying? And Label's been looking for anybody to agree with him, and you're the first one.
I'm not even jiving, man.
I believe you. I believe you just made his day. Yeah, careful, Bobby. We'll cancel your show. No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Has anyone seen the Rogers miniseries, docuseries on Netflix? I was told I should go watch it. Didn't know it even existed. I'm not a TV guy.
I haven't watched it yet.
Let's watch it. Let's review it next week here on No Holds Barred.
We're going to review a football doc. Yes, let's go. God. Anyway, way to get. I cannot escape the Aaron Rodgers stick with this guy, man. Anyway.
Hold on.
And I woke up.
RELAX.
Oh, okay.
We got sound bites on the show.
Aaron Rodgers sound bite.
It's on loops. Sorry.
God.
I can't do the soundboard. I'm not good with the soundboard, but it's accessible. So I have.
It took you 5 shows and 20 co-hosts to find one. DSG, you win, my man. Landman is unbelievable. That is a great show. If you haven't watched it, you should.
Landman
with Billy Bob Thornton on Paramount Plus.
I don't have Paramount Plus. Josh, you got to share that password, buddy.
That's right.
Text it to me in a little bit. You got my Max, don't you? Anyway, I don't know what he has. I did have his He gave me his Apple TV to watch Ted Lasso, and I appreciate that. I really, because that's one of the all-time great shows.
It is 100%. But no, I will tell you, Landman. It's the same creator of Yellowstone. I don't know if you're familiar with that show.
I'm familiar.
But that one is so much better. It's with Billy Bob Thornton. It's in Texas. It has to do with oil. But I mean, it's just a great show. It legitimately is a good show.
I'm in.
But
I'm in. I'm
yeah.
in. I'll watch it.
But yeah, let's just freaking get into it, man. Obviously, we're gonna touch on the WrestleMania plans. We're hearing different things, but before we get into the plans for WrestleMania, let's get into Raw. Yeah, Monday Night Raw officially debuted on Netflix. Josh, I know you did talk about this on your other wrestling program here on FTSN, Real Talk Wrestling, with the guys. But I'd love to get into this with you because you and I we touched on this and we had some strong feelings about it. I think we shared, but yeah, no, let's get into it, man. First off, just what happened at the show in regards of results. You had Triple H, he kicked it off. I think I'll just say this straight up: the presentation was awesome.
Yep.
The presentation was really cool, and I hope it stays that way. The camera, everything, the way they did it was superb. Big show feel to it. It was a big card. It did have like a WrestleMania feel to it. It does have a wrestling persona, doesn't it? Doesn't it say Billy Bob Thornton? I started because Landman is so good, Josh Wingate. And I have to wait for the next episode. I've gone to this show called Goliath that he won Emmys for, and it's on Prime. Goliath, he's a lawyer, a down on your luck lawyer out of California, lives in a hotel, and he has to take on this big corporation which he used to run. So that's another show you should if you love that show, Landman, tune into Goliath. We're plugging shows. We're not even sponsored by any of these names, but whatever, man.
Can I plug my favorite show later on? Hey, in about 32 minutes, I'm going to plug my favorite show. Coming up. I'm just warning
there
everybody.
You go. Straight up. We'll time it. 32 minutes. The Rock
Stay tuned.
So this is going to be this is where we're going to start off, really. So The Rock has made a couple appearances this week, but we're going to start with Monday Night Raw. It was all hype. Rock returns, big pop. I mean, awesome entrance. The final boss comes into that ring, and we're wondering, okay, what is he doing? Is he going to aim towards Roman Reigns? Is he going to go target Cody Rhodes? Is he just going to say hello and goodbye? What's the plan? Josh, plan was just to kill all the plans. He was just there to say hello. How are you? Cody, I acknowledge you. Done a great job as the champion. Cody, he says, say hi to Mama Rhodes. I'm sorry, what? Totally killed that. And we know he shows up later. He says he gives his cousin props. We'll talk about the solo match in just a second. Let me just say this before I get your reaction, because I know it's going to be passionate. I understand the Rock's schedule doesn't really give him the flexibility to say, yes, I'm in or out. Kind of handcuffs your creative juices, I guess, into WWE right now. And we kind of see that kind of flowing. When you're sitting there and you kind of have an idea of where the show is going to go or where the story is going to go, and then you kind of see that rug pulled out from under you, makes no sense at all. I'm sitting there and I'm watching this and I'm going, he just killed that story. Now, of course, if you can't have it at WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble or whatever, can you continue that story without? Yeah, you can. Rock, you want to know how you can continue that story, even though you should have? Don't mention it. Or throw a little bone. If you can't face Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns at WrestleMania because of a movie role, because you're growing your beard, don't bring it up. He could have left it alone, except now they killed it. So my thing is, obviously, you could still have the match with Roman. That could come, but the Cody thing, I won't be able to buy it now. He had a beer afterwards on social media with Cody in front of the bus, laughing it up.
Yep.
Like they've been buddies forever. And I get it. Kayfabe is dead, but still, it's a story, So there's a lot of things that I know we can nitpick that really grinded our gears during that show. But that right there was just a butcher. I mean, all Rock had to do was come out, tease, like maybe he was going to turn on Roman and then give Roman the Ulafala and walked away. That would have been it. And that would have been just fine. Don't mention Cody. Cody, you could wait till next year's WrestleMania. He's going to be there. But he just killed it. I don't understand that portion of the show at the start. Why they go, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Label says, I think Hunter has no idea where to go right now. Nothing feels must see right now. Um, again, I think Triple H probably has his way right now. I'm sure he would rather have the Cena Cody Rhodes match than the Rock Rhodes match. I think Rock is the one who kind of may have to put his foot in the door and say, no, I'll take in this spot. So anyway, that's my little spiel very quick. What were your thoughts on the opening segment with The Rock? And because you texted me right away, even though you said I turned it off afterwards, you texted me right away. You're like, that paraphrasing, what the F is this? But yeah.
So yeah. So I did turn it off after that, not because I was so disgusted with the promo. It wasn't even a promo. It was just a public speaking announcement of "We love you, Netflix. Thank you so much." That's what it was. So I did turn it off after that. So that was true, Bobby. But if you're gonna do something like this, and we all know it's a work, brother. We all know they're best friends and blah 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 blah, coworkers, yada yada yada. Do it in a press conference. Do it in a scrum. Do it in a press whatever. Do it with Sports Illustrated. Do it on Chris Van Vliet. Do it on anywhere but on your television show, where the television show, these characters are your characters, where Cody Rhodes is the American Nightmare, not Cody Rhodes the person, right? These are all characters in a show. So it didn't make sense when you just do it right in front of everybody. Hey, that thing I gave Cody, right? It was a big secret. We're still wondering what he gave Cody. We're still wondering to this day. Forget all that. It doesn't matter. This was very, very AEW ish, where
Sloppy.
sloppy, not well thought out. You're right. If you want to acknowledge Cody, you can do it in a way where you still come off as a heel, but as a public, like a boom, I represent the WWE. But you can still come off as a little, if you wanted to bring up Cody, just bring up a slight, like, oh yes, and Cody's been carrying this company for now, or something like that. You're right. Cody's been doing a great job in my absence, or for now. And then he can give that little eyebrow thing, and I still want that, Cody. Whatever it may be. Just tease it. Just do something. But then the thing that bugged me the most about this whole Rock thing, which no one's bringing up, and if they are bringing it up, I must be missing it. What is Cody doing in the stand, in the front row? Hi, what's up? I'm Cody. Dude, you're a wrestler. What do you do? I understand throughout the whole show they did that, but he was the first, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, like main wrestling celebrity wrestler in the front row. What was he doing there? What was he doing there if the plan was for him to run in 30 minutes later during the match? Wasn't he just front row? Why did he run in from the back? Nothing made sense. Nothing added up. Nothing. It was more of like we're on Netflix now. We're hoping, Stephen P., 22-year-old bachelor and has nothing to do with watching Netflix is going to log like, ooh, I see Rock. Let's stay on here. He doesn't know. They're trying to get new viewers. That's what it looked like. It looked like they're trying to get new people into because if you didn't watch it, Bobby, like my wife, boom, she heard the Rock's music. She ran in the bedroom. Oh, is that Dwayne? Yep. She watched it with me. She was excited for Rock. She would have never watched Raw. She would have never turned it on. If you watch Rock, you did. So they're just like, hey, none of this matters. This is all fake. Everything you're seeing is a mirage. We'll get back to our regular show next week. Next week, Raw will be real again. But now, tonight's just for Netflix. And we love Netflix. Everyone loves Netflix. Thank you. That's what it was. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why you do that on your television show in the hottest story you have, or you had.
You had, for sure.
Had.
No, and that's the thing. Like, again, I understand, like, if in the end you're not going to be able to do it, like, hey, you know what? Yeah, he's going to have to be doing a show or a movie. We're not going to be able to have him. Let's just go ahead and cut it. You didn't need to do that. You could have just let it ride out. Again, you could have had a backlash or excuse me, the Raw after WrestleMania segment, where Rock pops out and finally does something, and you got it, you could build up to that story. But to me, you just killed it. And I agree. It's seeing Cody out in the stand. I understand the legends, and that's where the legends should have been. Quick 1-2. Oh, there you go. Goodbye. But Cody, it made no sense for him to be out there. What they could have done as well. Rock could have came out in the ring. Cody Rhodes, get your ass out here. and Cody comes out and he goes, you know what? If they wanted to kill it, you know what, man? You've been doing a great job as the champion and leading this thing. And I got a lot of respect. And then that's it, and then you don't say it's over or no, but you kind of have that moment where Cody's like, wait a second, the fan, but they don't. It's like, oh, Cody knew to be out there. Maybe they met backstage. Why take that away? And then they're having a beer after the show or it was a very, to me, and you know me, man, I am all about the pops and shit and everything else. But to me, it was like, that's a bummer. That was a bummer. Totally. All The Rock needed to do was come out during the Ula Fala match. I mean, if that was just his one spot, I was fine with that. But to do that at the very beginning, it's like that there was no point to that.
I had a problem with that too.
Yeah, well, that's the next one right there. So, I mean, Rock versus Solo, very, overly booked. A lot of guys coming out doing their thing, which we all expected was the case. Like you brought up, Cody coming out.
Just in the front row. He was just in the front row.
And then he just decided, let me go back. Oh, wait, no, I'm coming right back outside. Hold on a second. All that for Solo for Roman to win, which was fine. That story, I guess, is over now. Wrap it up. Cool. Solo didn't stay. I would have loved to see a moment between Solo and Roman after the match. When I saw The Rock start coming out, when I saw him walking, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
Because the report before the show was, oh, Rock may fire Solo or as the travel or do something like that. So when I saw Rock walking down the ramp, I was like, here we go. I started sitting up. I started getting close. Here we go. Oh, shit. And he goes, he takes the Ula follow from Paul Heyman, looks at Roman, I was waiting for like this, and he just, and walks and stands to the side. And he's just smiling as Roman doing his little, and it's like, okay, that could have been the main event then. You're going to end it that way. Like, what did we do here? I don't know. I was a little, that right there was like the nail in the head for me, a nail in the coffin for me with Rock that night. It's like, okay, that you didn't need to be here. This just, I could have seen a moment maybe with Solo, he says, when Roman wins the Ula Fala, I'll acknowledge him. He never acknowledged him. He walked off. I could have saw him do that. Try to acknowledge him, and then Solo, and then Fatu stops him, or Fatu super kicks or does something, and now we have a dangerous Jacob Fatu, and you have Solo back in the fold with those guys. That could have been the case, but they didn't do that. But anyway, I know you just mentioned you had an issue with it, so the floor is yours, sir.
No, you just pretty much nailed it on the head. Like nothing happened. We knew Roman was winning. Cool. We all knew Roman was going to win this match. There was no doubt in anyone's mind. What we did not, I don't know if Bobby's frozen for everybody else.
I am frozen. Yeah, I am. Okay. I'm going to back out and come back in. Stupid.
No worries. All right. Yeah. So I didn't have a problem with the result. I knew obviously Roman had to win. The issue was with Rock coming back out. And I'm like, oh, just like you said, oh no, something's going to happen. Here we go. Can't wait for this to happen. I know it's obvious. I know this is going to happen. Can't wait for this to happen. It's like when you watch a movie and you're like, oh, I can't wait for Batman to beat up Joker. We all know what's going to happen. Oh, when he does it, it's like, yeah, oh, that's awesome. Rock just didn't do anything. Rock took the Ula Fala and goes, here you go. Here you go, pal. Like last year didn't matter. Like no stories mattered. Like I said, it was very sloppy, very, very AEW-ish, very not making any sense-ish. And it's just hard for us to watch this when we've been so invested, when it's been so good. If Vince was still here and it was a bad product and we expected a bad product, I understand it. But with Triple H doing it, we expect better. We expect too much now, Bobby, because our standards are so high now.
Yep.
When they used to be down here with Vince, now they're up here with Hunter. So we're expecting this. So when we get this, we're like, man, we must be getting this.
And you know what? I think that had a lot to do with it. Is the expectations that we had going in, and just not just for that and at the start, but just the show in general. I texted you that I felt like it was a glorified Saturday night's main event. Hype it up as much as possible. Great, unbelievable presentation, and just let's get through the show. Let's just get through it. And just the way it started out, I just was like, okay, this is going to be This would be this would be some sort of night. It's not really going the way you would like it to go, at least for me. And you know how I am. I'll spin it to try to be as positive as possible. I
I
was kind
thought
of
you
like,
were loving it. I thought I even called you out on Real Talk. I was like, yeah, Bobby was probably suck it. This is awesome. American Badass is back, baby. Let's go. I'm buying that beer. Great American Hogan beer. Yeah, brother. I thought you were gonna have it on the show tonight.
I'm just gonna order a case of real American beer just so I'm like, anyway, and it's just keep effing around. Let's moving on. John Cena. This is what I've been waiting for. I was waiting for John to come out and push it, and push the story and do all this. So he comes out and crowd pops, he pops, he's in the ring, he talks, he acknowledges the fans' desire to see him go for the 17 championship. And then he goes, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just don't see it. And he says the right thing in regards of, look, I can't just show up here and demand a title shot. I haven't won a match since this many years. Cool. Okay, nice. He goes, so I just don't see it. He goes, and then the crowd, boo, the fans start booing and kind of like, oh, I don't like the way he's kind of going. I don't, kind of shit on himself, But then he goes, but wait a second. He goes, there's a way I could do it. The Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber or Money in the Bank. Basically teases he's going to try everything he can to make it. I would have loved if, obviously Cody already came out twice or showed his face twice, so whatever. But I would have loved if maybe Cody and or Gunther would have came out and had a moment with him to kind of see how the fans felt about it. Maybe especially Gunther. Even though the report is that it's written down on pencil because you never can write in is Cena and Cody at WrestleMania. But I would have loved to see somebody had come out and kind of cemented, hey, I'm coming after you, or whatever. But we didn't get that. So good start, I guess, for Cena. I would have liked a little more, especially since he's supposed to be full time now. I would have loved to see. I don't expect him to fight night one, but just to have a little back and forth with one of the top guys to kind of say this is a real run.
You don't expect him to come back after all these years and cut a promo like, I don't believe in myself anymore. Oh, maybe there's one thing. And you don't want him to just wrestle some nobody like Brian Cage or something like that on Dynamite. I mean, on Raw the next week, kind of like Kenny Omega is. Yeah. Just a throwaway match. Yeah. Kenny Omega returns this big thing, and then he gets a throwaway match next week. You don't want to see that with Cena. You don't want to see Cena versus, say, a Omos.
No.
Okay. I don't know.
I was just saying.
The other company I watched, they're doing that. I don't know.
I got past the Cody Dustin match. I still got whatever the end of that is.
Did you like that?
I liked it. It was all right. It was all right. I like Dustin better. I think Cody was being I don't like Cody too much as a.
He had to work a heel. No, he worked heel, and I
know he did. I got it. His belt was like halfway up his chest through the whole match. I was just kind of, that annoyed the hell out of me. I'm like,
did you like the end? It was like, I'm sure you've already seen this. I don't need a tag team partner. I don't need a friend. I need a brother. And he started. Did you see that?
I haven't saw that yet. But now I will. I will definitely.
He cries twice in that match, but it is what it is.
What's new? No, just
I love you, Cody.
Get that out now. We love you, Cody, man. We're just playing, homie. No, we're not. We mean it, but still. But yeah, man. Let me just get your thoughts on that Cena promo.
It was fine. It was actually, it's what I expected. I didn't expect anyone to interrupt, or I didn't expect any kind of chaos. I expected Cena to do exactly what Cena did. And it's fine. We all popped for it. It was underwhelming to some because you want to see that interaction. You want to see that face to face. You want to see that, oh, you're the champ. And you want to see that look of Cena looking at Gunther kind of like, I don't know if Gunther's taller. I'm assuming he is. I don't know. No, I'm sure he is, right?
I'm sure.
So it'd be cool to see Cena like looking up at him as the old guy and he's the new up and comer. It'd be like a Rocky versus Drago kind of situation. That'd be fun, like to tease, right? And then later on you'll do the Cody and which we've already seen a Cody and Cena interaction before, so it's not that special. But yeah, but you can't do it on night one. We got Cena, we got the Cena we always get. It was fine. I was not insulted by that at all. I was insulted by many other things on the show that were way worse. Which is, can we get to the Taker segment?
Yeah.
Can we go there?
Yeah, let's get those out of the way.
What was the point? That's my question to everybody watching around the world and to you. What was the point? Was that a I believe in Rhea brother, or was that a she wears black, I used to wear black, so we're cool. She wears leather, I have a bike. What was this? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm asking.
I'm
I
going to
don't
be
get it.
honest. I 100,000% agree with you, and I love the Undertaker, and I just don't understand him. I thought legitimately when I heard his gong again, you get that first pop because it's just nostalgic, and the crowd did as well. And then he drives past Rhea, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna go after Dominic. He'll chokeslam Dominic and come out, And he didn't. He just went around the ring, comes back around. They do the fist in the air, and and then they go away. And I'm like, I understood that. No, I understand. I know we're gonna get into it, but still that should not have been the case. I understand Hogan coming out and plugging the beer more than I understood the Undertaker coming out just to plug Rhea. I guess, which I don't know if he did or not, but I just that didn't sound. I didn't mean it that way. I it sound good. Or to push Rhea. I understood that way less. I mean, you could have done a segment of him backstage, maybe appearing behind somebody and just having fun with maybe like one of those low end heels, or you could have done something fun with the Wyatt Six. I mean, I think that would have probably been a cool little thing to push, but they didn't do that. He came out for Rhea just to ride around the ring in his bike, and he looked like he was struggling to do that. I mean, I don't know why it's not, and then to put his hand up, like, do we really think he's driving around the arena with a bike? Do we all really think that he's doing that? No.
So are we going to see in 20 years from now a 60-something-year-old John Cena with his hat and his old? Are we going to see that? Is that going to be the next generation?
Well, that's why you don't see. That's why you don't see Taker in his normal attire anymore, or what you think, because he retired the dead man to be the American Badass. That's his retirement character, I assume. So Cena said no already. Cena says he's retiring his jorts and all this other crap. So we won't see that. He'll be in a suit or something from after this. He said,
you know what I mean, though? Like when Roddy Piper was coming out, like, come on, like some of these guys, like, you got to give it up at one point. Hogan. Can we get the Hogan? Can we get the Hogan real quick? Like, so I told this story on Real Talk, and I didn't watch Raw live, but on Tuesday morning, listen to my local radio sports show, and they were talking about the Joy situation, Fox, whatever's happening over there. No idea. Yeah. And one of the guys is like, well, did you see Bill Simmons last night trying not to look at Nikki Bella? And I'm like, ooh, Nikki Bella was on Raw. That's all I got out of it. I'm like, she's fucking hot. I can't wait to see this moment where she's twirling because they said that she looked really hot. I'm like, let's go. I'll be that guy. I don't care.
So she teased a return. She did tease a return. She looks in phenomenal shape, straight up. She looks great.
She does. Of course she does. She's gorgeous. So, and she's great. She works out, like whatever. She's an athlete. So they do the twirl thing, and Bill Simmons, I'm laughing, and she's looking hot. Then all of a sudden I hear dun 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 dun, and I'm like, only Nia Jax's music could be worse right now. So, I legitimately, to this day, have not seen the whole. I haven't seen it yet. I
haven't either.
I legitimately fast forwarded the Hogan. I fast forwarded the whole thing. Did not see what happened. Didn't hear about the boos until the next day. I'm like, really? Like, they booed him? And I'm afraid to go back and watch it on Netflix. So I guarantee you they edited it out. I guarantee you they edited the boos down. I promise you they did. They had to have. Wouldn't you, as a company, if I'm over here dropping F-bombs, like literally nonstop, like F, 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 wouldn't you go down and wouldn't you just take my show down? or edit it out so it's
Oh,
on your network.
yeah, yeah, sure.
So Netflix, it looks bad on them if they're getting one of their guys booed out of the arena. I promise you, it's edited out. I guarantee you, there's no booze anymore. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go watch it after this show. I want to see if we can find a real version.
So again, like I'll say again, I understood that more than I understood Taker coming out for no reason, just because of the plug on the beer. It's a sponsor. It's on the ring now, the American beer, whatever it's called. But at the same time, I don't understand, because unless it's going to push the story, why do it? I can understand him popping up in the crowd. I can understand him. Like, I sent you that picture of the segment he did with Rey Mysterio, kind of plugging on social media. You could have done something like that.
Yep.
Do him and Ray drinking a beer, and that's it. And you got your team, you got your screen TV, so you're promoting the beer. But to first off, read the room, right? Read the room. Know what this audience is now for wrestling in general and WWE. The younger generation does not want to see Hulk Hogan for any amount of time, really. I mean, it's just what it is. And whether it's the out of the ring, it's out of the ring stuff, or it's just the stories of him and it being a wrestler, and it's popular now to hate Hogan. It's all what it is to me. And me, I grew up a Hogan fan, the wrestler, the character, a Hulk Hogan fan. Even I was like, what are we doing? Why? What's he coming out here? Oh, well, he's not going to hype up the crowd. This is not Hogan from the 80s or 90s or 2000s. This is 70-year-old Hulk Hogan. Put him backstage, have him plug his beer, and get it over with. Now, I will say, I was a little surprised because I was watching this, or I wasn't watching it, but I watched it after. But as I'm watching it, I didn't follow through, and you see Jimmy Hart waving the American flag and everything else. And I was like, Hogan at this point, and obviously the leash is short. Obviously you don't have that character freedom as you would do. Most guys don't anymore in wrestling. But to me, he could have I know it's just a one-off, but I think it would have served him better if he would have turned on the crowd. I mean, I know he's a non-character right now, but I told you this after the show, especially when the reports came out about WWE going, wait a second.
Oh, no.
What if we had him come as a heel character? Which is crazy, because then all of a sudden I'm going, wait, who's running this show? Is it McMahon or is it Hunter? Because it's a McMahon thing. But I told you, though, I freaking knew it, because I thought, like, Hogan, well, let me tell you something, just turn it on. Holy crap. Then the crowds are going to get louder. The fans are going to be pissed. Yeah, you get the crowd fired up. They're basically telling you, shut up. Okay, well, then you tell them to shut up. They didn't do that. So supposedly Hogan was shocked, disappointed. He went backstage like, what the hell? Obviously, he was there afterwards, because he had that clip of him and Rey Mysterio drinking his beer, and Charlotte was in the background, and so he was there. He probably talked to them after and said, "Yo, they're probably, we're gonna have to." Which if the crowd is gonna boo now, again, like Eric Bishop, people go, "Oh, it's politics? Is it the racial thing? Is it people are just sick of them?" Again, you could just I could give you 20 different things of why fans will do it and why fans won't. I don't think it's politics, because Undertaker's the same way, and they cheered Undertaker. But I will say both of them did not need to be out there. They don't need that type of time unless they're pushing a story. They don't need that time. You could just what Nikki Bella did. Put her in the crowd, put them in the crowd, do a little thing, and get out of the way. That's it. So we'll see where it goes from there. You and I, we've talked about what we will do if it ended up being the case, and we'll have a whole thing about it, and we'll have fun with it and roll with it. But yeah, no, WWE, I hope WWE understands legends are legends. Celebrate the legend. Keep the character aside. Do a little, face promo. I know that WWE's exploring options now, that in order to promote that beer, is also looking at other in-house WWE talent to push that sponsorship and maybe plug it in here and there, but just do some promos. Like, you don't have to have nobody come out.
That was that. That was Legends Night.
It was. And so I get, look, and not to get into to politics and all that crap, not doing that. And that's my point, though. Label is it? Both of those guys are they have the same. They supported the same candidate, President Trump, who are soon to be President Trump, and so everyone's oh, it was because of no, there's other shit going on. And again, Eric Bischoff did say, and I'll tell you why. Again, I get it, but also at the same time, you have the Joshes of the world. There are fans out there that they're not Hogan fans. They don't want to see Hogan on their TV. Now, I know, like Eric Bischoff said, oh, it's because of his, he supported Trump publicly and they're in California. Okay, we both know, Josh, there are crowds, whether you're in New York or California, whatever, there's some crowds that will kill you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
They're dead. And this crowd was, not the SmackDown crowd wasn't good yesterday, but there are other crowds that it's like Toronto. They love Hogan. Now, I don't know if it's still the same way, but it's funny if you put Hogan going through Toronto on the roof blows up. I don't know about now, but I'm just saying in the history of wrestling, you put Hogan in the California crowd, they laugh, they boo. The Tampa crowd, Josh Kimmel's of the world, they boo. Oh, get him off TV. Why I want to see this old burger Hogan and whatever. So you're right, DSG. Maybe WWE says, you know what? Let's try this out a couple times. If the plan is to have Hogan on more, but obviously, to me, if the plan is, which it shouldn't be, because I think it has to be able to push a story. We won't go too much about who you would do it for and all this, but if they were to bring him back, or to say let's have him plug a couple, you bring him back as a heel. You let him feed off the crowd because the fans will go nuts for that. Guess what? Here's the thing, Josh, because we were saying obviously the fans are like, boo, shut up, we don't say it. But guess what? ESPN talked about it. Fox News, CNN, Pat McAfee, everyone had, of course, Pat McAfee, but everyone outside of wrestling was talking about that moment. And WWE wants those moments. They want, you know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about it.
I get it, man.
Great publicity.
But Label, I get it. Like Hogan deserves respect because of everything he did in the past. But at the same time, he also deserves the criticisms for what he's done in the past. And what he's still the funniest thing ever. Just look this up if you don't listen to Jim Cornette or anyone else. Listen to Jim Cornette just on YouTube, Jim Cornette, Hulk Hogan lies. And they just listen to Hulk Hogan interviews like that. I was there, that never happened, or whatever. It's like Hogan's just a maniacal liar. And that's another thing. He's a liar. No one respects him. He's lost a ton of respect throughout the entire industry. Jesse Ventura, didn't he say he wouldn't do a Saturday Night Main Event if they had Hogan there? He would never go on a show ever again.
I did not see that, but I would not be surprised if that was the case.
He'll never go on a show ever again with Hogan.
What happened to Hogan?
Like, exactly. People just don't like Hogan. And Netflix and
except
TKO,
for Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio.
I mean, I'm sure there's guys that like Hulk Hogan. I'm sure if I was in a bar here in Tampa where he is most of the time, and we saw Hogan, we'd be like, hey, what's up, brother? And we'd probably have a beer and we'd probably share a story.
Sure.
And I'd probably have a great night. I'm not saying Hogan's a bad dude.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I want to say, first of all, I will say, I understand your part as a fan in regards of Hogan, and you and I have debated this much. We're talking about as the character in the wrestling business.
Okay, in the character. All right.
No, in the wrestling business.
Okay,
we know what the off camera stuff. We know about all that. That's a whole different beast. Okay, but I'm talking about as a character in the wrestling business. Oh, he pushed people down. Oh, he was there. Who didn't? Doesn't work for me, brother. That's so much associated. You say it all the time. So much associated with Hulk Hogan. Doesn't work for me, brother, because he said it. But you know what? Steve Austin did the same thing without saying it. Vince McMahon said Austin was one of the most pain in the ass people to work with because he would say, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that because the same Roman Reigns probably does that right now. The Rock is doing it live in front of us. I mean, that's what the greatest do. That's why they are who they are. And Hogan did that for those people. And Jesse the Body hates Hogan because he wanted to start a union. He says it all the time. He wanted to start a union, and Hogan said no. And why did Hogan say no? Well, because he was making all this money. Why would he want to be equal? Yeah, I get it. I'm not that. I mean, I don't want to be a self-, but why not? That's why he stayed on top as long as he did. The Hogan wrestling is what it is today, as big as it is, in large part because of Hulk Hogan. It's what it is. It is.
You're right. We've had
Come
this
on.
conversation
I mean,
too many times. We've had this
I
conversation
know we
too many
have, but I
times.
mean, but it's what it is.
But
Like,
it's 2025. I don't want to see Hulk Hogan
I
anymore.
get it. That's why I say again, celebrate your legends, but you don't have to push them out there, wheel them out. Hogan can barely walk.
It's like,
but for me, it's just popular now. And I people say, oh, what about this? What about? I get it, but let's talk about the character. And Hogan is, when they say top 10 wrestlers of all time, Hogan's not on it. What the hell are you talking about?
Hogan, I get it.
The greatest. That's
people.
It's just popular hate on Hogan now.
It's if you go to the
wrestler,
NFL,
as a pro wrestler.
If you go into the NFL and you talk to, if you just go on Twitter like an idiot, you go on Twitter and you'll hear a bunch of people saying, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes isn't the top 5 quarterback in the NFL because he's had a down year." You morons, he is. People like to hate on greatness. Hulk Hogan's great. He is.
There you go.
He's great.
There you go. I agree.
But what does he add in today's world?
That's fair. To me, that's fair. And I agree. I'll say this. Josh knows this now, just before the show, during this, and DSG labels in there. I grew up a Hogan fan, a diehard Hogan fan. I will pop every time I hear his music. But it's crazy. I've seen almost everybody wrestle. I've never seen Hogan. And so if I ever do get the chance to see Hogan in person, I'll probably flip, like, oh shit, I'll try to be cool, Josh, you know what I mean? But it's kind of be like, like you said, like if you saw him at the bar, no matter what you think of him, like, oh, I don't want to see this dude no more in the ring, or I see him on TV, you're like, shit, that's Hulk Hogan. And you guys have a beer or whatever, you're doing karaoke. But for me, I'm like, that's Hulk Hogan, dude. I grew up watching him. I would go to my dad's house. My parents were separated. I would go to my dad's house and my dad would buy WCW, Fall Brawl, and all these, and I would sit down and watch it with my father. And my dad would drink a beer, and I'll drink a Coke and order pizza. Minus boxing, we'd watch boxing, Lennox Lewis and Vader Holyfield. But like that's memories, dude. That's a dude that you grow, Macho Man, those guys. But like Hogan was Hogan, and so I get it though. Like I told my wife, I was like, "Wow, do you see?" I said, "It's just popular now. It's popular to hate Hogan, and it's just what it is."
I hate it. Just want to put that out here for label because I don't know if he knows my opinion on Hogan. I hated Hogan when I started liking wrestling. When I got into wrestling, I didn't like Hogan then. And that was back in 1997, 98 when NWO was there already. I was a Jericho mark. Jericho got me into wrestling even back then. Now, guess what? Hold on. I hate Chris Jericho on television right now in 2025. He adds nothing.
How old is Chris Jericho?
He's about 50 something. He's in his 50s.
But look at Hogan at 50 and then look at Jericho. I love Chris. He looks horrible, dude.
He does. Well, that's my point. Guys, I am not biased. I will not mark out when I hear Judas or anything Jericho does now. Trust me, I haven't supported Jericho in about since the bubbly. Since AEW when he first won the title and he wanted everyone to thank him. After that, he just fell off a cliff. And I can admit it. Hogan supporters need to do the same thing. That's all. Hogan supporters need to realize that their hero is not their hero anymore.
But he's not wrestling. He showed up one time in months. Like what are we talking about? I think the Hogan haters need to take a sit back. Like let it go, bro.
We hate Jericho because his wife went to the whatever they call that thing on the Capitol. They get brought up all the time. Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
It's brought up all the time.
Wow, I didn't know that.
His wife was there, yeah.
No, I know. Again, first off, DSG, I've seen a lot of shoot reviews. I've heard a lot of people hate on Hogan. I've heard a lot of people like Bobby the Brain, Stevie Ray, who's Booker T's brother, Scott Hall. Throw a lot of love at Hogan. It's just what it is. If you were Hogan's friend, you were good. If you were under Hogan, you didn't get the rub off of him. There's a lot of jealous people on it. Obviously we know Bret Hart hates Hulk Hogan for many different things. And of course he looks in it's just what it is. I mean, Josh loves Bret Hart. But anyway, you see how this is how big Hulk Hogan is. He was only there for 5 minutes and we just spent 15 minutes talking about Hulk Hogan. That's what it is. So I'm just saying, that's what it is.
Yeah,
let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah,
it's like drink my beer. Okay, I'll do it. Just get off my TV. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. We got to do that one. American beer. So Rhea Ripley takes on Liv Morgan. you said, hey, Rhea's gonna win. And I was like, nah, Rhea's gonna win the Rumble. Rhea won. Where the hell did they go from here? How did you like that match? First of all, did you
It
get to
was
see it?
fine. Yeah, I watched. I watched the entire show.
Okay.
I only fast forwarded through the Hogan stuff, a couple like interviews, like when just backstage interviews I didn't really have time for. But this match was fine. It was decent. It was the way I thought it was going to go. I am upset. And I mentioned this on Real Talk Wrestling, and Justin did correct me. Dominic has been slammed multiple times by multiple people, including Rhea Ripley. So when she did the riptide at the very end, it meant nothing to me. It would have meant so much more if he was never
She
touched.
never touched him. Yeah.
It would have been. And I'm saying that I said this. Yeah, I said this from the very start of the. I said the biggest pop we're gonna have is when she finally does it to Dom. But she did it so often. She did it Dom. I'm like, okay, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? That's the only thing critical I have on this match. It was the way it should be. The way it's gonna go is Becky. That's the way it's gonna go. The way I think it should go, Bianca, anyone else. I'm sorry. I love Becky. I'm glad she's coming back. That was supposed to be Becky's spot, apparently, when Taker came out. Maybe I don't know where she was. Who knows? Maybe Becky was stuck in the shower somewhere. I don't know what happened, but that was supposed to be her moment.
The Taker took that spot. That's what, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're going. It's over. What does Liv do now? I'm not concerned.
That's what I was wondering. The same thing.
What's going
to happen with Liv Morgan now?
I guess she just gets back in the shuffle, and she just, now they start a program with her and what's her face, Raquel. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not. No one is anyone going to be interested in Liv Morgan without a title? That's the question. Because without a title, what is she?
You got to put her in a program that's going to matter. And is there any do you put her in that Intercontinental title chase? Do you try to do something like that? I don't know. I agree. I thought the same thing, because Rhea would have been fine without the title. Rhea could have, you could put her in any match that mattered, and people are gonna give a shit. Liv is a different story, and Liv's awesome. Let's just say straight out, she did a great job as the champion. She's done a lot of growth, and I'm not saying that's the end of Liv or anything of that nature, but I agree. To me, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, what's next? What happens next? And that's why people want to hate on the Hogans and the Reigns and the Lesnars and the Austins and the Cenas. Oh, he buried the superstar. Oh, because they always ask the same question. Okay, we're going to lose this guy. What next? What happens after that? No, then that doesn't work for me. Well, damn. All right. What do we do now? That's why people like that. The champions, top people do that. No, it doesn't work for me. Or Hogan, doesn't work for me, brother. But yeah, we'll hate on them in future years. Oh, that guy buried him. Well, that guy was a freaking gym rat. Who cares? Moving on for Raw, just to finish it through. You had Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. He defeated McIntyre, and then Punk beat Rollins. Wrap that one up for us, man. What did you think?
Then who cares about Uso? Look, I'm going to say this in all honesty. Who cares about Uso and Drew? Don't care. Do not care. And then the main event was amazing. I already wrote it down as candidate of match of the year. Because I'm going to do that now. If a match stands out to me, I'm just going to keep notes. So because last year the find match of the year was very difficult. So that's already on my list for possible match of the year. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I thought that was a wonderful classic. I thought it was great. Finish was great. The way CM Punk, landed on his shoulders. CM Punk lifted him up. Another go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. Now where do they go? They cannot end it this way. They can't end it this way. But how can Seth Rollins have any gripes when he lost clean?
That's the thing.
Clean. Punk's age is starting the show. Yes, he's working a little bit slower. I get it. But he's working more. He's working smarter. He's working more methodical. I'm okay with CM Punk's age. Listen, there's a reason why Jeff Hardy can't work anymore. Why Jeff Hardy is in TNA right now, or wherever Jeff Hardy is at these days, because he still thinks he could work at the rate he did. He went to AEW with him. We're talking about Jeff Hardy. He's trying to do Whisper in the Wind and falling. He's trying to do the spots where he does this thing where he jumps off of Matt's back and does a little thing into the turnbuckle, falling. He didn't understand. He didn't adapt. He can't adapt. CM Punk is adapting to his age, and he should, and it's smart. So I get it. But that being said, he can still go, like Justin just said, and he still puts on banger matches. I'm excited to see what happens with CM Punk. I'm still calling that he's going to beat Gunther and he's going into WrestleMania as the champion. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah. Forgive me. My brother was calling me. I had to tell him I was doing a show. Did you just bring up Jeff Hardy? Did you bring up when he said he thinks he could have been as big as Cena?
He said that.
Yeah,
I think
he said if he would have kept his life straight, or if he would have been what he is right now, he could have been bigger than John Cena.
I don't know bigger, but he would have been up there. I don't
Well,
know bigger.
He was a fan favorite for sure. The fans.
He would have
loved him.
been. He would have been Rey Mysterio level.
Oh, okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah, he would have been Rey Mysterio level for sure.
Yeah, when I kind of saw, I was like, "Come on, Jeff. Come on. No, it's okay."
If he would have kept his life straight, though, he would have been a top. We would be talking about him as one of the greats because of how over he was, and we all loved him.
I love Bronson Reed's Twitter game. I mean, he is so he keeps telling fans, "I'm not coming. I'm legit." Like, he just had surgery, but he was talking about Hogan, and he talked about Flair. If these guys actually pop up on TV, they're saying Flair's going to pop up at the Royal Rumble. I'm sure just making appearance. Fans, oh, he's going to compete. No, stop it. But he said if I was there, if they come up, if they show up, I'm going to tsunami them 20 times or something. I love Bronson Reed's. I think he's awesome. I'm really looking forward when he comes back. He's an awesome wrestler, character, everything. Stud. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and all this and above. There's a lot of talk about Cody. We know that the pencil-in main event, supposedly, is Cody and John Cena. That would assume that John Cena either wins the Rumble or wins the Money. Money in the Bank, right? No.
When's Money in the Bank? Isn't Money in the Bank in
after? It's after. It's after. I'm sorry. It would be either Elimination Chamber if they do a number one contenders. Who knows? But that's supposedly the penciled in main event. We know Cody wants a match with John Cena, and obviously they want John Cena to chase the 17th title. Gunther, the World Heavyweight Championship. Cena's dad says on an interview, he said, "Man, I would love to see John face Gunther. I think that's more interesting than Cody versus," which it's crazy to hear. It's cool that his dad dives deep. But WWE there's two separate reports that WWE's toying with the idea, of course, with Goldberg taking on Gunther. We know, I forgot what show that was. Was it Bad Blood? Goldberg teased a match with Gunther, a confrontation. They're talking about that. And then they're also talking about possibly Gunther taking on Logan Paul at WrestleMania for the World Championship.
Okay.
So, man, what are your thoughts?
My first thoughts
reactions to that.
First thoughts to this DSG label. If you're going to tell me to put respect on Hogan's name for all the stuff that he did for us, you need to stop calling this man. No, you can call him Goldberg.
I was going to say, you're the last one to say anything about that, bro.
You know what? It's fine. It's cool. We're chill. We're chill. No, because I don't want to see Goldberg. We don't need to waste. Listen, the way I see this, someone broke this down to me at work a couple weeks ago, at my real-time job. They said, "Hey, man, you only have X amount of day." I already forgot what she said, but it stuck out in my mind when she said it. You only have X amount of weekends with your son or your kid until he turns or she turns 18. And it was like, that's it. That's a little amount of like time I thought I had, right? So she's like, you better make most of every single weekend. So that's when I stopped watching as much sports on the weekends, started doing more things. Like today, I went to the park, yada, yada, yada. We only have so many WrestleManias with Gunther. We only have so many. And to waste one of them with Goldberg makes me want to pull my hair out, makes me want to cry. We don't need to waste at least 10% of this man's WrestleMania matches. If he has 10, that's one. Well, that's simple math, guys. 10%. That seems like a lot on Goldberg. Give me Logan Paul. The whole story of I'm a ring general, I'm a professional wrestler, you're nothing but some entertainer, some influencer. Holy crap, that would sell. That would be awesome. That would get Gunther more credibility because he's going on against Logan Paul and all of his followers. They're going to see him. They're going to be watching that match and they're going to be like, oh, who's this Gunther guy? That will get more eyes on Gunther if you want to elevate Gunther than Goldberg would be. You would get more fresh eyes. That's the way Netflix, that's the way TKO, that's the way they're going progressive. They want new viewers. They want younger viewers. Get rid of this crap. Put Goldberg somewhere else. If he wants to have a retirement match, fine. Do it against somebody that we don't care about. Do it against Austin Theory.
Let me tell you why that's not going to happen in regards of Logan Paul versus Gunther would be a fun match. We know that. And you say that it would draw new viewers in. WrestleMania, you know, what's more box office? I know what you're going to say. But as a wrestling fan, because it's about, obviously, we just saw what happened Raw's Netflix. Raw Netflix. We're like, dude, what the hell? Why are we doing all that right here? To expect anything less from WrestleMania is not the case. Goldberg's last match, possibly. You want to push Gunther by beating a legend, as Label would say. Gunther would squash Goldberg. What would mean more to Gunther's career? Beating Goldberg in front of how many thousands of people on the grandest stage of them all in one of the main events of WrestleMania. Him beating Logan Paul, you could do that any day. Make it Backlash. You could also, and that could be said for the Goldberg thing, but Goldberg has to be on a bigger show. Can't be on a Elimination Chamber, or it has to be at a WrestleMania. And for him, if it's not at a WrestleMania, then Saudi Arabia. Do it then. If you don't want to do it at WrestleMania, do it at Saudi Arabia. But for me, if you're talking about what match would be more box office for wrestling fans, old and new or whatever, especially the ones who've been around, Goldberg versus Gunther. Goldberg versus Gunther. And I think it's bigger for Gunther to go over on Goldberg than is Logan Paul. That's what I think. Logan Paul will be served facing someone else. You put him in a spot fest match. Put him in against, whether, bring back Money in the Bank in WrestleMania. Do something like that. Do something like that. But I think, and again, beating John Cena would be bigger. But is John Cena, or is WWE going to do that? And Logan would, absolutely no. Logan versus John Cena would be a good match. It would be. John Cena will come to, first off, Logan Paul does put up a great show. You don't matter what you think about him outside the ring. The dude in the ring is $100 million, and him and Cena would have a great match. And Cena would come to do his best in that match. And again, I've been open about saying, man, I do want to see Cena fighting for the title in his last WrestleMania, but I wouldn't hate Cena going against Logan Paul. I don't want to see Cena lose in his last WrestleMania. So if it's against Gunther or Cody or Logan or whomever, he needs to win. But regardless of Goldberg's going to lose. He's going to lose. But he should lose to, whether it's Gunther or Damian Priest, one of those guys who, they're up there, but they're not up over yet. And I think what would mean more is Gunther going over on Goldberg. The entrances, the size, the physicality. It shouldn't be a 2-minute match. It should be a 5, try to push it to 10, spear through the barricade. It looks like he's about to do it, and then Gunther finishes him off. And then that's the end of Goldberg. I'm more interested in Goldberg versus Gunther than Logan Paul versus Gunther. I would walk away from that match. I wouldn't with the Goldberg-Gunther match.
If you're telling me Goldberg is wrestling the world champion, that's what we're saying.
If he's the world champion, let's
remember, it's an embarrassment.
If CM Punk wins the world title, then you don't have. I'm saying Gunther.
Okay.
Whether he's the world champion or not, it's Gunther.
If it's for no title, it still sucks you're wasting Gunther in this match. That's the way I look at it. You're wasting one of your biggest talents.
I don't think so.
To appease such a niche audience. Nobody wants Goldberg. Like you might. You might. But you're such a niche portion of the wrestling fans these days. And Raw Netflix proved it. What is the biggest thing every content creator, fan on Twitter, we're all bitching about the same thing.
Wait a second. No, because what are we bitching about with Hogan and Taker? They were there for nothing. Goldberg showing up is not for nothing. He's pushing a story. He's actually putting over a star.
Is he going to be there weekly? Are we going to see Goldberg and Gunther weekly?
For WrestleMania, you don't see guys weekly. They come, they do the show, they get the money, they leave. That's what those Saudi Arabia is the same way.
To do it as Saudi. You know what? If you're just there for the money, Goldberg, just do it for the money. Trust me, this will not go well. This is not going to go the way you think if we do get Goldberg and Gunther. It's going to be a disaster. And I'm telling you right now, it might sound good to you and to every other mark on this planet, but I'm telling you guys, it's going to be one of the worst matches of the damn year if they do it. And it's a damn shame to waste Gunther
But
when
here's
you
the
have
thing.
something like Logan Paul right there.
Oh God. Here's the thing. How many of these matches are going to be phenomenal matches? How many? A few of them, right?
On WrestleMania, they should all.
Yes, they should.
should all.
Okay, but there's some that you consider. Phil, you go, okay, we're gonna have this match right here because we need a box office. We obviously Cena versus Cody Rhodes. That's box office. That's a box office match, right? It used to be Taker. Taker comes back. He's been out for a year. He comes back. He shows up. He's in. Hi, I'm not a mark. I'm a label. Undertaker used to do the talk. He would be out of the ring forever, and he'd show up at WrestleMania, wrestle someone, win, and leave until he finally started losing. And he would lose and get out of there. He beat AJ Styles. He never showed up again. He lost to Roman. He never showed up again. That's what WrestleMania is. You have if a legend could wrestle, they show up and they do it. They put the guy over, and that's what this is. That's why, to me, you could have Logan Paul anytime and have a killer show. WrestleMania, Backlash at WrestleMania, whatever you want to call it, in another country, it's going to blow the hell up with Logan versus Gunther for the world title, if that's the case. But to me, that's a waste at WrestleMania. No, I'm not going to watch that. That doesn't draw me. I'll watch Cody versus Cena. I'll watch Ray versus Dominic. What?
Perfect. This is a perfect solution for you to make. I'll make you happy real quick. All right. You want to hear Josh's booking of Goldberg's last match? It's easy. It's simple. It'll make the marks happy like yourself. It'll make DSG label happy. It'll make everyone happy. You get to see your Goldberg. You get to see your Goldberg. All right. Just do it against Lesnar. Run it back. Nobody gives a crap about this match. People, smart fans like myself, can, hey, but Lesnar's going to sell,
bro. Would you rather have Lesnar and Gunther?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yes. If it's Lesnar and Gunther, yes. Okay. Yes, because Lesnar can still go. Because Lesnar can still work. Because Lesnar can still do stuff. Goldberg has been inept, useless, meaningless for the past 5-6 years. He's giving you nothing. He adds nothing.
I'm saying on brand alone at the marquee, when you're looking at the marquee, Logan Paul versus Gunther. Okay, I'd rather see Cena versus Cody at night 2. Goldberg versus Gunther. I want to see the entrance. I want to see the finish.
Goldberg versus anyone. I want to see the entrance. Goldberg versus anyone.
Yeah.
You can literally do that. So why waste your top talent? Yeah. Okay. So why waste it on one of your top talent? That's all I'm trying to say. Why waste him?
They already did. They already said it. It's going to happen. Unless they pull a Rock and Cody and we're cool now. Yay, tag team. We win the titles together. Then it's like, what do we do?
Maybe. Who knows?
We will book WrestleMania. We will do it. We booked the Rumble. We will book WrestleMania.
Maybe Goldberg can have his own title. So I'm the people's champion.
I hate that freaking title on the Rock. I hate that belt with a passion. Why are you coming out with that?
It's so funny.
Being stupid.
It's the best.
Why?
It's the greatest. It's the greatest. It's the greatest. It's the greatest.
It's so bad, dude. Like, I get it. It's a nice belt, but what are we doing?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Like, no one's gonna fight you for that crap.
No. Well, Travis Scott has a title too, so he's good. Everyone's got a title. They're the WWE is now AW. Everyone has a title. We're all chill. It's all good. But anyway, I'm. You know what? Dude, fire it up. You know what? Let's just waste it. Let's just waste it away. And then guess what? When Gunther does not get over and he just goes down the hill because you put him in this situation,
that's not going to happen.
You can only blame yourself. It happens plenty of times.
No.
Happens plenty of times. Yes, there's been wrestlers pushed to the moon and then they just fall flat because of the booking. See it all the time. And if
didn't Roman face Gold? No, he didn't. He was supposed to. Braun Strowman did it. Who did it also? Who wrestled Goldberg at WrestleMania?
Kevin Owens.
Drew McIntyre. McIntyre do it?
Yeah.
And he beat him. And where is he now?
He was pretty much on life support until Triple H took over.
Oh, Jesus. There's no winning with you, bro. I said, how many?
No. You know what?
He does. That's what I'm saying. DSG, Thank you. He has many. What are we talking about? Like he's some old guy. We don't have him for much left. I mean, come on, dude. What are you talking about? We're complaining about Goldberg wrestling into his 50s, but Gunther only has a few WrestleManias left. Come on.
No,
That's why you do it.
He's got about 10 WrestleManias in him. That's just on average, probably.
And one day we're gonna look back at the history. We go, oh, Gunther versus Goldberg.
And we're gonna go, oh, he wrestled Goldberg. That must have sucked.
You're gonna say that, and then we'll turn it on, and maybe it did, but still, you first go, oh shit, I want to see what is that, But anyway, and yeah, very quick. We will book WrestleMania. We got fun plans for this show. We really do. I'm very excited. I've started kind of writing notes. We talked about it, different segments. I've been thinking about doing a rankings, like a monthly rankings or weekly rankings, something like that with wrestlers, kind of updating them, and we'll just show the chart, like who's at number 1, who's 10, who's fallen out. We have a lot of fun stuff. So if you're just joining us for the first time, there's 82 of you watching live, which is really cool. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button and notifications bell. We're here mostly every Saturday night, 8 o'clock. We might go a little earlier, depending on if there's a show, later, if there's a PLE. I'm going to try my best to watch more AEW. I'm trying. We'll see. But yeah, so we obviously discussed plans for WrestleMania in regards of Gunther. What supposedly now, again, everything's written with a pencil right now. Anything could change. We saw that now with Cody and The Rock. Supposedly that's dead now. Could WWE obviously do that with Gunther and Goldberg? Absolutely. They had a spot at Bad Blood. It's like, oh, that's going to happen. It could absolutely change. But the report is that the WWE is debating between Goldberg and Logan Paul. And I think Logan Paul would have a great match with Gunther. And I think though the marquee, the blockbuster would be Gunther versus Goldberg, because it's Goldberg. It's what it is. Prayers up to you, Bobby. Good luck with that. With what? I'm confused.
You know what, DSG?
What?
We started cool today with our Aaron Rodgers love. You know what? I'm going to disagree with you. I'm sticking with Tua for now on.
Oh man. I swear.
AEW. He's like watching AEW.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hey.
I know.
Hey, Kenny's back. Kenny Omega is back. Seriously, I'm not joking. I would start watching.
I am looking forward to watching a Kenny Omega match, him and Jericho at the main event of that. What I told you, I am looking forward to watching that. But dude, you know me. I've told you I'm going to commit to trying to see it a little more of AEW. But every time I turn it on, I turn it back off. It's hard to sit through. So that's why I want to start from the beginning, because I know it was red hot in the beginning. But I'll see when the drop off goes on, and go from there. But thank you, DSG. I appreciate the prayers on that. Did you see, very quick, we're almost at the end here, but I meant to ask you, I was going to text you this, but I said, no, I'll bring this up during the show. Did you see the McMahon stuff that came out?
Like he tweeted that?
Yes.
I saw it. I actually responded to his tweet.
Did you? Okay, I didn't see you respond. What was your
response? All I said was wrestling's better without you, brother.
Okay. You always had the brother. We have a Hulk Hogan hater now, but all he says is brother. Not like me. I go, hey, brother, how you doing? And I did, that was something I grew up to say, but it's like, you're like always, let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I say brother, it's it's not good.
Yeah.
Brother.
But I'll commit to Rink. Yeah, that's right. Read the report. So AEW did this today. No, but then there was a report that people are not a report, but people started saying immediately. Well, people were correcting and going, dude, this, it's not over. This is, you just, the SEC, whatever. And then there was reports saying that, people starting to say, could he come back? Could he come back? Could Vince McMahon, there's rumors that, Vince McMahon's going to return to WWE. Why? First off, it's not dead. And secondly, it's doing just fine. Why do it? I can't see Ari Emanuel or any of those, or even nobody saying, yeah, let's do it. It's not even worth the time.
The WWE, whoever it was, approved CM Punk to say,
yes,
I didn't hate this place. I hated the person that ran it. And every single person knew who that was.
Absolutely.
If they were bringing him back, they wouldn't have approved that line.
Yep.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
And he's on Netflix now, and Netflix aired that documentary, on him, and which he hated. I can't see it. Now, I could see him trying to do something else. I could see him trying to do his own little thing, maybe if he has the time and day to do it. But there's no way that happens. Does he have people that still love him in there? Obviously, they do. Obviously, there's still people in there. We can't argue that. I can't, and I won't. I can't. Whatever. They have a relationship with him and all this shit. But there's no way he's coming back. So I saw, as soon as I saw his thing, and I was like, wait, did it end? And I said, no, it's not. What the hell is he talking about? He's a crazy old man. And then there's people are like, oh, he's gonna come back. And then people think Vince McMahon could be coming back. Why? Why are we trying to make shit up now? Like, let it go, bro.
People just talk, man. It's not. They're doing the best business they've done in forever.
Trust me. Stephanie just came back. She would leave automatically if he showed up through that door. Triple H would be gone.
And a lot of fans would too.
A lot of people turn off, and CM Punk would probably walk out the door. It's just what it is, and that's fine. That's fine. But again, brand matters, and that story and whatever that what he's accused of, and they confirmed, first off, they confirmed the hush payments, so it's not like he's going to trial for whatever. They confirmed that. It's the other stuff that they're accusing him of. Mm-hmm. But him being associated with that brand kills the brand. And it is innocent till proven guilty. This is America. But you got to protect the brand, and he does not help your brand. Mm-hmm. So, guilty or not, sorry, is what it is.
It is what it is. The show's been 10 times better.
And that's the other thing. That Evan, and I know Evan will watch this eventually, that he loves when you do this. He wants to buy you a mic stand just to throw you.
I want to buy a mic stand too, Evan. But you know what? I'm just lazy. And the only thing, I'm being dead serious. And I feel like a game show host.
You do. It actually feels good. I could hear me a little clearer here. I don't know how I sound on air, but
no, you sound different. You sound different.
Do I?
Oh yeah, you sound better.
Do I sound better? I sound better like this?
I mean, I think everyone sounds better when they talk into a microphone. No, I'm not saying that you sound horrible before. I'm just saying I think you do sound better.
You probably would say it though. You'd probably say, "About you sound like shit."
No, because I would tell you, if you've seen OUS and Dave sounds like shit, I tell Dave.
I know. Bro. That's what I said. I know you
sound fine.
I know you would.
But Evan, if you like this, let me tell you something, brother.
Hold it like this too.
I feel like I'm cutting a promo on you.
Right? That's what it feels like.
I can do the Xavier Woods situation where he holds it like a cup of wine. I could do the whole situation with the Miz where I can't take this thing off and turn it upside down. I could talk like I could do whatever I want. I'm a free man, Evan. Come at me, bro.
I would say I agree with DSG though. We should get you the Mr. Kennedy mic that comes from the rafters.
Oh, that'd be lit.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Like just wheel it down and just for that show and Mr. Kimmel.
The truth is I moved rooms. The truth is I moved rooms a long time ago. Because it has better lighting in this room. Because believe it or not, my lighting still sucks, but it's better. But my mic stand that Josh Wingate bought me doesn't fit anywhere where I'm at. And now I'm in a standing location. So pretty soon this room is actually going to be my studio. I'm just lazy, guys. Like that's just the bottom line. So don't worry. I'll get a mic stand.
It lights up when it's on.
Yeah. I can't hear you. But yeah,
that was on purpose.
I know.
It turns off when it's off. It's red. That's why it looks like it's on.
But I do like the idea of it
because I cook on the mic. That's it's on fire because I'm always on fire.
I might rig this so it comes down. Like I have a long enough cord.
Wouldn't that be cool? Think about it.
Yeah.
Like it would be cool. You just bring it down. Hey everybody, and you just wheel it back up. You reel it back up. Hold the mic. I don't know. Does it still sound good if I do that? I don't know.
So now this show has become now. Here's how we hold a mic, guys. This is it's hey guys, everyone on Finstock Sports Network. That's what.
From now on,
I don't know anyone that honestly because I don't really. I'm a lone wolf, guys. As Baron Corbin used to say.
What he's basically saying, he doesn't watch any other show but his own. That's what he's saying. Don't cup the mic. I don't.
This is new protocol for the network. We
What
all
do I
hold our
do with
mics.
my hands? What
We
do
all
I do
we
here?
all and but Evan, if you want to buy me a mic stand, I'll send you my address in the Twitter chat.
My mic stand. Oh man, this ain't a rabbit. Yo, can't do it. I can't do
Yo,
it.
guys, why are we hating on listen,
Yeah, come
not
on,
everyone can be me, but I appreciate the praise, Evan. Thank you.
man. That's right.
Big fan.
I thought he was talking to me when he said it. He's like, I got to get a mic, something to mic stand. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, oh, Kimmel is always holding the mic. I was like, yeah, that's what they want to do. He's standing up. I got to get my mic stand. I was like, do it.
Honestly,
I
when
see. I like the way I hear on here. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I
no,
think
it is better when you talk right into it. But I
okay.
did look into a Rode because I have a Rode soundboard mixer, and I did look into a Rode lapel thing that goes right here, so I wouldn't have a mic anymore. I could just be free hands. I might. This is off air production stuff, but I'm probably gonna buy that so I can actually be Pat Matt. That's what I want, guys. I want hands. I'm a hand guy. I like to do stuff.
I agree. I get that.
So
One day, God, God willing, whatever, that I gets good at big enough, whatever, that I could have my own little studio. And that's what I would do too. I'd have my mic hanging up or standing up or whatever. And I'd be talking and doing, because I am a hand. I like to move my hands, it's like what to do, like not Ron Burgundy, Ricky Bobby,
yes. So there's the update on Mike.
Thank you, DSG. Look at that. DSG, audio engineer,
There you go.
There you go. What did you do, DSG? Did you work in, were you film production or audio production, radio? Or did you do anything like that? I went, Josh, I don't say this every episode, but I'll say that because you said audio engineer. I went to film school. So that's what I'm asking you. Recording music. There you go. Nice, man. Very cool. Very cool. But man, hey, this was a fun show. I knew we were gonna have a blast doing this show, and I'm holding the mic like Josh now, just because I don't care.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Tell me what shows Evan's on. I'm gonna criticize that guy.
Just come after Evan. He actually had a very good show a couple days ago. But guys, thank you all for tuning in. Really, we have a blast. We really do. Just straight up with this show. It wasn't until today I was like, what the hell are we gonna do for this show? I was like, oh, I know what we'll do. So we actually great. I love that. That's perfect. Justin, Josh and I has talked about that as well. The only concern I have with that, Justin, and maybe you guys figure that out. We might do watch along on past matches or documentaries and stuff like that for our show. The only issue with watching a live show, I think, PLE or whatever, would be the like he might be a little ahead of me or behind or whatever, and we might not be able to watch the same thing, And I would hate that, like, oh, Cena eliminates CM Punk, he wins the Rumble, and I'm, and then Josh is going, oh, did you see that? And I'm like, no, what just happened? And then I'm spoiled. That's my only fear.
Here's what we're doing. We're doing pre-shows from now on.
Yeah,
pre-shows
PLE. Are good. Those are awesome. We had a killer pre-show, so I'm down with that. But we will do some live watch along stuff, but maybe not premium events, not yet. Maybe if we ever get a chance to be in the same area, I think we could do that. But anyway, no, just cue it up like Rogan does, Joe Rogan, 100%. But anyway, Josh, you want to wrap us up, man? You have anything left to say?
Oh, I got nothing else left to say except for Lamar. You're killing me, bro. You're crushing my bet.
The
Steelers are down 21-0. I took the Steelers plus 9.5. Nah, all my parlays, on literally every single parlay, I have Steelers plus 9.5, and they're already losing 21-0. So that's my night, guys. I can't wait to go watch this game on Prime. It's great.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Like and subscribe, and good night. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.